Let's be honest about the spiritual hangover nobody talks about. You've navigated the identity vertigo. You've survived the mission blackout. You've even successfully hit the reset button and felt that incredible high-frequency surge of, yes, I am a sovereign original and I am here for a reason. But then, Monday morning happens. You wake up and suddenly that 5D expansion feels like it's being squeezed through a 3D straw. You feel completely aligned in your meditation, but the second you open your banking app, look at your to-do list, or deal with a dense human interaction, your frequency drops faster than a lead weight in a vacuum. If you felt like you're living in two different worlds that refuse to shake hands, you aren't losing your mind. You are navigating a very specific kind of internal static I call heart-mind dyslexia. This is the exhausting state where your heart is ready to fly, but your mind is still trying to figure out how to pay for the fuel. Your soul is speaking in light language, but your brain is still translating everything into survival mode. It's trying to manifest a miracle while simultaneously checking the mailbox for a bill with a trembling hand. It's the spiritual tug-of-war that leaves even the most seasoned starseeds feeling depleted, stagnant, and honestly, a little bit annoyed with the whole ascension process. To understand why this is happening now, we have to look at the journey we've taken together so far. In our first transmission, we addressed identity vertigo, that disorienting wobble where the old you starts to dissolve and the new, higher frequency version of you hasn't quite solidified yet. It's that, who am I even supposed to be? Phase that can feel like walking on energetic stilts. Then, in our second transmission, we moved through the Great Mission blackout. That's the phase where the signal goes quiet. The old maps stop working, and you have to learn how to navigate the void and hit the manual reset button on your internal GPS. But here is the critical part that most people miss. Once you hit that reset and the lights come back on, you don't just magically float into your mission on a cloud of glitter. You have to learn how to drive the vehicle. And that is exactly why this third stage, overcoming heart-mind dyslexia, is the final piece of the trilogy. It's the bridge between having a high-frequency vision and actually living it in a 3D world without the static short-circuiting your progress. If identity vertigo was the wobble and the blackout was the silence, then heart-mind dyslexia is the friction of integration. Today, we are ending that friction. We're going to stop trying to force our human selves to be perfectly spiritual and stop our spiritual selves from being scared of being human. It's time to move from internal war into a state of sovereign synthesis. Heart-mind dyslexia isn't a flaw in your design, it's a translation error. Think of it this way. Your heart, your high-frequency intuitive center, operates on a 5D operating system. It knows that abundance is a frequency, it knows time is a loop, and it knows you are a master creator. It's ready to build the new earth yesterday. But your mind? Your mind is the hardware, and that hardware has been programmed by a 3D system designed specifically to keep you in a loop of linear logic and fear-based safety. Actually, let's look at a live example of this exact translation error. You've likely noticed that the voice narrating this journey isn't my physical one. If your 3D mind is currently doing a logic loop, wondering why a human didn't record this, pay close attention, because this is Exhibit A. I hand-picked this specific voice resonance because it carries a sovereign, clear, and warm female British tone. It's a precision frequency I've chosen to act as a steady anchor, allowing the high vibe data to flow through with a crispness that helps you stay focused on the activation itself. It's not about replacing the human touch. It's about selecting the perfect high-frequency sonic courier for this specific mission and for a message that I've handcrafted word by word. But keep in mind that the actual light language activation part of this transmission is actually in my own voice tone. If your mind is busy critiquing the hardware while your heart is already downloading the software, then congratulations, you've just caught your heart-mind dyslexia in the act. Your mind is judging the shape of the delivery truck, while your heart is already opening the package. Remember, the frequency doesn't live in the vocal cords, it lives in the activation. So, let's drop the 3D laundry list of how things should look and start feeling how they actually vibrate. When you stop judging the spoon, you can finally taste the soup. Your mind says, "We can't do the mission until the mortgage is covered." Your mind says, "Don't share that visionary idea until you have a 20-page business plan." Your mind is like a very dedicated, very stressed out employee who is still trying to follow an employee handbook from a company that went out of business 3 years ago. When these two parts of you aren't communicating, you experience frequency drag. You're burning through your energetic fuel because your heart and mind are arguing over who gets to hold the map, and as a result, the ship stays docked in the harbor while you just spin your wheels in the 3D static. The raw truth here is that your mind isn't the enemy. We've been told in so many spiritual circles to get out of your head or kill the ego. But as a starseed with a grounded mission, you actually need your head. You need that sharp, architectural logic to anchor your visions into physical reality. If you want to build a purpose-driven business, launch a creative project, or simply navigate your daily life with clarity, you need your mind to be online. The goal isn't to silence the mind, it's to reassign it. We have to move the mind from the position of CEO to the position of project manager. In the old paradigm, we let the mind decide the why and the what. We let logic tell us what was possible. But in the new paradigm, the heart is the CEO. The heart sets the vision, chooses the direction, and holds the frequency of the why. Once the heart has set the course, the mind is brought in as the project manager to handle the how. The mind is brilliant at logistics, scheduling, and linear steps. When the mind is trying to be the CEO, it gets overwhelmed and creates dyslexia. But when it's the project manager, it feels safe and useful. Your heart provides the frequency, and your mind provides the delivery. When you stop letting your mind dictate your worth and start letting it handle your workflow, the friction disappears. To bridge this gap, we need some practical, high-frequency neural heart hacks. Here are 3 ways to stop the dyslexia and start the synthesis. First, practice the 60-second ceasefire. When you feel that spike of 3D panic, the "I don't have enough" or "I'm not doing enough" thoughts, don't try to positively think your way out of it. Your mind knows you're lying and it will just argue back. Instead, give your mind a job. Tell it, "Mind, I see you're worried about the numbers. Your job for the next 60 seconds is just to observe my breath while I let the heart recalibrate." This gives the logical brain a concrete task, which calms the nervous system and allows the heart to step back into the lead. Second, use the logic leash. If your mind is spiraling about the future, ask it to look at the immediate now. Logic is actually very good at the present moment, but it's terrible at predicting the 5D future. It simply doesn't have the data for it. Ask your mind, am I safe right this second? Do I have what I need for this 1 hour? When you ground the mind in the immediate present, you stop the dyslexic leak of energy into a future that hasn't even been coded yet. You are training your brain to stay in the now space where miracles actually happen. Third, engage in somatic syncing. Your body is the physical bridge between the heart and the mind. When they are at war, your body feels tight, restricted, and heavy. Move, dance, shake. Get into the frequency of play. Play is the ultimate neural heart lubricant. It's hard for the mind to keep up a poverty consciousness narrative when the heart is laughing. Play breaks the loop of the logical mind and allows the higher frequencies to flood the system. Now, while these tips are powerful, ending this war requires more than just a temporary fix. It requires consistent frequency anchors to keep your 3D nervous system from panicking while your 5D self takes the wheel. You cannot build a sovereign life on a glitching foundation. This is why I focus so heavily on the dual anchor system of stabilize and decode. If your nervous system is in fry mode because of 3D stress, you simply cannot hear your soul's instructions. You're literally tuned to the wrong station. You're trying to hear a symphony while standing next to a jet engine. This is why the frequency music I create is so vital. It's not just background noise. It is acoustic architecture designed to act as a neural bath, calming the logic brain so the high heart can finally speak loud enough to be heard. You can find these frequency tools on my Stabilize page to help you lay that foundation. Once you are stabilized, you have to decode the new map. Your mission doesn't look like a standard 3D business plan anymore. It's encoded in symbols, light, and intuition. Using tools like my Oracle decks allows you to bypass the logical dyslexia and get a direct, visual translation of what your soul is actually trying to say. It bridges the gap between the unseen and the seen, giving your mind the visual data it needs to feel secure in the direction the heart is taking. You can dive into those tools on the Decode page to start translating your own internal signals. We are now going to move into a very special activation. This is a Pleiadian heart-mind coherence transmission. The Pleiadian emissaries of light work specifically with the frequencies of love, emotional harmony, and the synthesis of the crystalline heart. This activation is designed to rewire the neural pathways between your brain and your high heart center, dissolving the static of heart-mind dyslexia and allowing your logic to finally support your light. As you listen to these frequencies, imagine a shimmering, iridescent bridge forming between your crown and your high heart. See the golden light language circuits lighting up, connecting the two hemispheres of your brain and grounding them directly into the center of your brain and grounding them directly into the center of your chest. Let the sounds flip the switches. Let the old employee handbook of fear be replaced by the sovereign blueprint of your soul.
Mila Saleh Shalimara Sandayasa Hivrandares Tariarinera Ho Shanetele Shamai Hasanitaria Sakin Hium Hoshonanir Dirihandir Ula Shai 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 Verisaita Gayentosora Manentariterias Urantariandarasa Utalamte Sitaira Kariandaras Durmanieti Sayetaniriar Urontarmir Dareashal, Daleashal, Daleashal. Mesarawe, Farandi Hai, Sariana Duturas, Meteknan Ira, Shandio Soro Shondaramaris, Iteria, Alukulosh, Oshtaim Nariaran, Biditervi andar Hesta, Miroshotur Yimar, Ufran, Isurupakariu Sharite, Miriaras, Moruhorsho, Mukuyanda, Isanite Umaisho Ubahati, Sirha, Sirha, Sirhar, Oram Alamalen, Siriandar Hasi, Berieshe Anonan, Durakarikesh, Tarihandariash, Sumbariatu, Uvarantese, Bakniriash Urshendidiar, Moromai Darian Darias, Erikonaras, Biarinchia, Suriondukuya, Meruta, Pareomandarush, Parundarimeo Sotoimbakuim, Monotoyete si Tarianku, Vorundu Shai. Mirihara tarir haritorosho, uratae, ukaritesa, manianariahoro sondorias, viritorion horum, hilele hashi, dereakeneriat, insurimaharumashi, shire areandare, urukorishandu utarirati guosho. In the Manari, Tisando un Shariate, Harumananafeti, Monkoyesham Haimatunun, Underhai no Kuyan Saya Tasi Taras. Monosha, Veritiriki, Su Shanina Nina, Urunutura, Karir Arir Ani, Undurusam Dir Har Mur Karkir, Veritasum, Bareamanutura, Mesaramai, Hale Gogoshan. Mianani tiriviandaraso, rarites, Makoyev tentira, situkoyo, Shatoyama, Shatoyesu, Hashin, Urmari Dari Warun, Uso Daramir, Melhalik, Ushani Tesim, Biri and Daniela, Ukale, Baratan, Me Saveas, Motura Kairan, Saritalo, Monosokuyam, Hamti, Varashendas, Hala, 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 Veresura, Shanis.
Breathe that in. Just stay in that space for a moment. Feel the stillness where the friction used to be. That sense of quiet clarity is your natural state. The war is over. Love. You don't have to choose between being grounded and being galactic. You don't have to choose between being successful and being spiritual. You were designed to be the bridge where both meet. If this heart-mind synthesis clicked for you today, I want you to drop the word coverance in the comments below. Let's anchor that frequency into the collective field. And if you know a fellow starseed who is currently struggling with that identity tug-of-war, please share this transmission with them. When we share these high-frequency tools, we help stabilize the entire grid. Don't forget to join our community here by subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. It's the best way to ensure you never miss a transmission as we continue to build this new map together. We are just getting started, and your presence here matters more than you know. If you're ready to stop the buffering and start building your sovereign mission with total clarity, head over to lightstarcreations.com. Check out the Stabilize page for the frequency music bundles to calm your field, and the decode page for the Oracle tools to help you navigate your new map. I'll see you in the next transmission. Stay bright, stay sharp, and keep your frequency in coherence. Much love.